Good morning, beautiful people. It's been a minute again since I last posted. I said in my very first video that I am a survivor of trauma, and while I'm not going to go into the details of all of that, I can share some of the basics of it and how it relates to my story. I was raised in a sinful home. I am a Christian, so that is the way that I choose to define it. Where I had sinful parents, and that left its mark on me. And one of the ways that it left its mark on me was that I struggle with anxiety and obsession, and sometimes depression, but I don't know if I necessarily would qualify what I feel as depression as much as it is like an overwhelming sense of anxiety that makes me unable to move sometimes. And I don't know if that's true depression or just a really high level of anxiety. I don't know. But anyways, the obsession and the anxiety are related in that when I'm anxious about something, I obsess over it. And when I obsess over something, the more anxious I get about something. So it's a vicious cycle. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one who feels that way. But in the last month or so, I've been kind of struggling with the death of one of my clients. And it was not a client in the nanny share, but it was a client that was freelance. So I've actually known him longer than I had the nanny share. And so it was pretty difficult. He was a little boy that had cerebral palsy. And so I was with him for 5 years, just watching him for date nights and stuff like that. And so I got to watch him grow and change and watch his personality develop. And, he had a great little personality. And so I've just really been struggling with that lately because, we don't really know why he died. His parents obviously, as is their right, chose not to have any investigation done for their own reasons. And, I'm not here to condemn that or anything like that. That's their own choice. And, and so we just don't, and I mean, they may have done it and just haven't shared it with people. I don't know. The point is, I don't know what happened to him. And so it's been something that I've been really struggling not to obsess over and failing because, my best guess is that he had another stroke, which is what caused the cerebral palsy in the first place. But, but it's just really struggling for me not to, or it's really a struggle for me to not know what happened to this vibrant little boy who was 4 days away from his 9th birthday. I mean, he would have turned 9 on the day of his funeral. And it was such a shock. It was such an unknown thing that, it's been really a struggle to understand why, and especially with the not knowing what happened kind of thing added to it. It's a struggle. And I've been going through the stages of grief, and, that makes me anxious and obsessive about the smallest of little things. And, the things that I would normally be like, whatever, who cares, are just things that I'm just like, no, oh my gosh, and that's the kind of rhetoric that goes on in my head. It sounds really frantic to say it out loud, but that's the sort of thing that happens in my head, is my head's just going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, this over and over. And so it's, I'm not all there yet. I'm not all the way there yet. That part of this channel is for me to, the point of part of this channel is to me, not for me to say, oh, I have it all together, here, let me give you all the answers to life and the problems of life and, stuff like that. I have no answers on this one. I believe that God has a reason for taking this beautiful little boy, but I don't know it right now. And that's a hard thing. That's hard. And so basically, the message of this video for me is just to let people know, kind of what I'm going through. Just be a little bit more open about that, to encourage other people to be more open about their issues. Now, obviously, this is YouTube. This is not a place for counseling. If you have questions for me, I can, certainly answer your questions. But I'm not perfect. I'm not all there, all the way there yet. I never will be until the day I die. But if you want to share your concerns or questions, feel free to do so in the comments, and I can answer your questions to the best of my ability. Sorry, my turtle is clunking around. Anyways, I can answer the questions to the best of my ability. And if nothing else, I can pray for you. If I don't know you in person, I would very much encourage you to go and talk to someone in person, talk to a counselor, talk to a pastor, an accountability partner, a mentor, a parent, if that's your situation where you can go and talk to your parents. Talk to someone that you trust, or that, is supposed to be trustworthy, someone that you trust. Talk to them and, get help for whatever it is that you need help for. Just let me know in whatever way I can be praying for you, and in the comments, and be praying for me as I'm kind of feeling, trying to figure out what to do with my emotions and my feelings and, the things that are going on in my life. You can be praying for me in that regard. And until next time, you are beautiful. Bye.